Well, good to hear from Mitch Best there, taking a good solid moto win in that clubman class. We're now moving on at a slightly higher grade of rider in the amateur class. This one's brought to you by Moto Verde. Again, this is a split class. By that we mean we have MX1 and MX2 bikes together, but we will score them separately within the race. You can see Luca Pegg on screen. He maximum scored last time out in the MX2 class. Fat Cat was really strong. In fact, he took the race win on the 250 in the final moto of the day at Fat Cat. So fitness-wise, Luca is in good shape. So he's currently on maximum point score in the amateur class, in the MX2 class. They're all set to go. You can see it's a bit sticky down there. We've got those grids that give you good continuity off the gate, you know, solid traction and whatnot. But when they get wet, they can still be a little bit temperamental. Still going to be good on the throttle control coming out of there. Keep working our way along. Ultimately, we're going to come across to. Well, you can see, so again, the black plates with white numbers, black number plates with white numbers signify that you are on a 250. If you've got white plates with black numbers, that means you are riding a 450, so you're in the MX1 class. So expect, realistically, the 450 machines to, the extra horsepower to get to the first corner first. But a really strong lineup yet again of amateur riders, nearly a full grid here, a couple of riders short, which is awesome. So the Michelin MX Nationals powered by Milwaukee, really being supported well by the clubmen and amateur classes. Couldn't do it without them, so thanks guys. Going to turn to the Fly 15-second board. We're seeing the 5 seconds, the other side of that is 15, that's what's facing the riders. In a minute, the board will turn till 5. There we go. That's what they're now seeing, and away we go. Moto Verde amateur class, MX1, MX2. Some spinning off the gate. Harry Bradley having a shocker of a start. So he's got work to do. So over we're going to get them across the line, of course, for the whole best way to do it. Planet Moto First Lap Leader Award. Let's get them over the line first before we give you a full rundown of who's where. Looks like Joshua McCorkle is currently in the lead, number 161. So Josh making a flyer there on these tricky conditions at the minute, but is he being overtaken? I think that's him in second. Looks like Greedy leading the way. I think he's wild card in this one actually, Josh Greedy. Could be wrong. Don't recall him being at round 1. So it's good to have Josh with us. It looks like he's got into the lead in this one, but we'll confirm that when they cross the finish line, because of course then we've got the transponder, no mistakes. We can tell you exactly who is where in the race. Okay, they're going to come all launching over the line here. Let's start picking up the times then. Who was the Planet Moto First Lap leader? I think it was just about Josh Greedy. Indeed it was. It was number 33, just getting it over the line ahead of Billy Wynn, number 99. So the point goes to Josh Greedy for the Planet Moto First Lap Leader Award. As he foots his way around, but I have to say, Billy Wynn is putting some severe pressure on straight away. It was Joshua McCorkle that came out, got the whole shot. It's then Jack Seaborn in 4th. Dan Bruff is currently in 5th, number 33, ahead of Harry Foster. Then it's Aaron Gardner, number 7, in 7th, ahead of Archie Hicks, 777. Then it's Billy Collins for 9th, number 205, ahead of Ross Millard. 11 to 20 currently is Lewis King London, Alex Buchanan, and then Luca Pegg. Not such a good start from Luca. Then it's Ryan Tanner in 14th, ahead of Harry Bradley, trying to make up for a bad start. Ryan Osborne is currently in 16th, ahead of Callum Watson. Then it's Stephen Kelly in 18th. 19th is Michael Smith. And rounding out the top 20 is Arnis Pebrez. Let's go from 21 downwards. Just get everybody an honourable name check because they thoroughly deserve it. In 22nd is Keelan Southwood. Then it's Ben Thompson for 23rd, ahead of Harry Barker. Harry Fletcher is 25th, ahead of Lewis Taylor and Dan Holiday. Callum Gordon, number 611 and 28th, ahead of Luke Coker. Alex Christopher, former clubman champion, moving up. He's in 30th, number 240, ahead of Paul Atkinson. Danny Townsend is there in 32nd, ahead of Sam Ongley. And then Talon Aspden is 34th, ahead of Logan Wilcox. There you go. Callum's come in dripping wet. It seems like the rain's getting harder out there. There's going to be tough conditions then for these guys. This track's going to get slicker. It's going to get more throttle control required.
Sorry, I was just getting an umbrella for our cameraman.
Yeah.
At the winner's circle, borrowed him an umbrella, and then on the way back, we've got a live band in the paddock.
What?
Under Putnam's awning.
No, there's not.
There is a live band.
Well, there you go. The Michelin MX Nationals bringing you everything.
I had to go and look at it. It could not be ignored. So I went and had a little look.
Well, that's the first.
Stood there drinking. It's the most put thing I've ever seen in my life.
I've never really known a team. I've known a team to do a certain degree of hospitality, you know, and bring guests in and whatever. But a live skiffle band.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
There we go. Went in Cornwall and all that.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. I just walked past and was like, that is Rattler cider. Like, that whole image there is Rattler cider.
So,
Fill me in, Jeff.
A good vibe. Well, it's been good so far. Josh Greedy was the Planet Moto first lap leader, but he's soon been picked off by Billy Wynn, number 99. And Dan Bruff moving up the field.
Yeah, good ride.
Obviously, his teammate in his own team in Ruts Racing, Richie Roberts, just took a race win.
Yeah.
And I said to Dan, when I was down there doing the winner's circle, I said, well, Dan, if you want a piece of this, the only way you're going to get there, mate, is to get it at the sharp end.
Get the job done. So Harry Bradley, not the best of starts for him.
No, he made a shocker.
So he's fighting his way through the field. Oh! Dan Bruff just trying to shut the door there on Billy Wynn.
So technically, Dan is in, he's going to make the winner's circle as it stands because he's leading the MX2 class. So this is the battle for the race win, but they're not in the same class.
Can I just fill you in on Dan as well?
Please do.
And people that don't know this, Dan is actually racing with a broken tibia. Dan has a broken leg. And that is no exaggeration. He phoned me up to get some insurance done. We were going through all the documents, and I was like, "What? You've currently got an injury?" "Oh yeah, I've got a broken." It's like, "Well, mate, you can't. I can't insure you with an ongoing injury." And yeah, he's got a broken leg.
Wow. There you go. So when it heals, he needs to get some insurance.
Well, we're working on it. We're working on it.
So Dan Bruff, then there you go. Your race leader currently has a broken tibia.
Yes.
A cracked tibia.
Yes.
And he's leading the MX2 as well, but he's leading the whole race as well.
Yes.
So from an MX2 rider's point of view, it's, as we talk about with the horsepower, if you're comfortable on a certain bike and actually on a track like this with the conditions, you don't necessarily need that power. The more power you got, the harder it is to get the traction down on these shiny corners.
And you could just see then, as he come out the corner, underneath Billy Wynn, he's going to take...
No, he's not. I don't reckon he is. Oh, have that. He's not giving it up, Dan.
So Dan Bruff managed to make it work for him there. Some dust kicking up in the corner up the top there. I don't know where that came from. So Dan Bruff working every single horsepower, every single pony out of that 252 stroke. Less power than the guy he's racing with. Less traction than the guy he's racing with. He's making it work.
He is indeed. Looking good. So you've got the two race leaders there effectively in front of you right now. Dan Bruff leading the race and MX2. And then you have got the number 99 of Billy Wynn leading the amateur MX1. Let's just give you a rundown, top 10 of each class. So not the position in the race, the position in the class. In this Moto Verde category, we've got Billy Wynn leading the MX1 class ahead of Joshua McCorkle. Then it's Josh Greedy in third. Harry Bradley's now up to fourth, ahead of Jack Seaborn. Then you've got Ross Millard for sixth. Seventh is Billy Collins. Aaron Gardner is currently in eighth. Ninth, Ryan Osborne. And then rounding out the top 10 in the MX1 category is Stephen Kelly, the Irishman. In the MX2 category, Dan Bruff leading the race. Luca Pegg now up to second. He's trying to keep that clean sweep going. So he is going to try and make some moves on Dan Bruff pretty quickly. Lewis King London currently in third, ahead of Harry Foster. Ryan Tanner is in fifth. Then we've got Archie Hicks in sixth. Both of them are showing 777 on their numbers.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one's which.
For us.
Callum Watson's currently in seventh. Eighth is Alex Buchanan. Ninth is Keelan Southwood. And rounding out the top 10 is Arnice.
All the riders doing a good job there. There was a wave yellow, and they were, you know, staying low on the jump, doing their best to keep the wheels on the ground. So nice thing to see. And we really, really want to push that today, guys. Wheels down, please, on wave yellows, or as best you can to significantly reduce speed. Reduce the risk of landing on anybody or anything like that, because wave yellows is, you know, someone's down and in the way of the track.
Well, what we've got now is we've got a track that was very close to getting almost perfect.
Yeah.
And then it started to rain a bit more. So what you're seeing on your screen, the shiny spots, if you've never raced a motocross bike, that's not necessarily a good sign.
No, because the knobbies, the Michelin knobbies, or any other knobbies, but Michelin, because we're talking about the Michelin MX Nationals, don't bite. There's no opportunity to bite into the ground. They just the sharp edge of the tyre can't cut in, so you're relying on the surface of the actual tyre, which on a motocross tyre isn't very much.
No.
So that's why those little spots on the track can become quite technical. And what you'll see the riders doing, especially more experienced riders, is moving off of that line into the darker looking patches on the circuit, and they'll find their grip there.
Yeah, in a similar way, if you've ever watched Speedway, you know, sometimes the guys go out wide chasing the dirt.
Yeah,
and,
pack chasing.
Yeah, basically, and that's what we're getting at a little bit here. You know, if it did stop raining, those shiny bits would tack up really nice. Okay, well, you're getting a camera angle here of them coming down the infamous Landrake leap at the top. That TV angle has absolutely flattened that out. That is way steeper than it looks.
That is so much steeper.
Yeah.
In reality.
Our cameramen out there probably thinking, oh God, I wish it stopped raining. They're probably not enjoying life, but they're doing a great job for us out there, trying to keep up with the leaders. Obviously, as the bikes get muddier as well, it's harder for our cameramen to spot the leaders on circuit. But our director, Darren, doing a good job.
Harry Bradley was moving up the order as well, our race winner from yesterday, but then looks like something's happening. He's back there in 33rd, so absolute shocker for the number 4 of Harry Bradley. He's going to be pretty disappointed with this one.
So we're 3 laps down. We have 6:55 left on the clock. And it also looked like Luca Pegg, who was making inroads, catching up the race leader, Dan Bruff, who he needs to beat, basically, if he's going to keep the win streak going. Remember, he's won. Oh, no, he didn't win yet. He didn't. Sorry, I don't think he won both motos yesterday. But anyway, Dan Bruff's having a good one here.
That rain.
Certainly from round 1. Sorry there, mate. Certainly from round 1, Luca Pegg was the man.
Yeah, he was. He was. That rain's coming down even heavier now. It was forecast to pick up throughout the day. Yeah,
you can see it on your screen right there. Raindrops in front of the camera there as they come down that fast hill that comes into it.
I nearly just broke into song there.
Did
remember, you could see raindrops.
Well,
you remember that?
You said nearly, and then you did. I was kind of hoping you wouldn't, but you know, you did it anyway.
Artist.
So yeah, this is well, it's going to make the racing really interesting today, particularly the pros. They always race hard, obviously. They're all super talented. And I think it will make the pro race really interesting too.
Yeah, for sure. Dan Brough looking strong at the minute, though. The gap was only 2.8 seconds back. Don't know whether he's opened that back up. No, I think actually Billy Wynn looks good at the minute. He's still pretty close, and he's there just in case Dan makes any sort of mistakes. We've got 5 minutes left on the clock plus 1 lap, so three laps maybe to go, maybe 4. So we're getting close to the closing stages of this race. And this is the Moto Verde Amateur MX1, MX2. Moto Verde is the premier salt-free cleaner.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah, go check out their products. If you're in the paddock here, you can head over to their stand. If you're just watching from all around the world, you might not even have Moto Verde in your country, and you might think, oh, hang on a minute, I'd like to try a bit of that. Get on to the guys at Moto Verde. They're trying to spread this thing far and wide. I know they are getting into the US market as well, so they are expanding in a big way. And yeah, they do honestly have some fantastic products. So get involved at motoverde.co.uk.
Yeah, we did a little piece with Matt in the intro to today's live stream, so you can go back and watch that when the live stream's finished. A real insight into the product range at Moto Verde and how it's made, etc. So, yeah. Big up Matt and Steve and the team there. We are getting down to here, 3:54 left on the clock plus.
Billy Wynn just got a bit of greedy with the throttle around that carbon comped corner then. And just, yeah, tried to grab a handful and it didn't like it, slipped out on him. So he's going to have to just be a little bit careful of that. And you can see, staying out of that main shiny line, you can see the riders moving to the outsides of the circuit now. So he's doing exactly the right thing, Billy Wynn, trying to chase that grip.
What it looked like there was that Billy was, you know, we always say that motocross is a fast, aggressive sport, and it looked like there, around that top corner, like he wasn't really trying. But what he was doing was literally being so smooth on the throttle and keeping the wheel turning, he was going quick. So when the track conditions get like this, that's the way to ride a circuit like this. Yeah, it's not to override. The minute you start getting aggressive and lighting up that rear wheel, the wheel's spinning, you're not going forward, you're going sideways.
Yep, correct.
So you've got to be so good in these conditions on throttle control, and that's why I'm excited about the elite race coming up later on, the Lifeline's Fastest 40, because it becomes a bit of a leveler. Yes,
I think this sort of conditions, though, are going to play into the hands of Josh Gilbert with that, because he has got amazing throttle control. But then a lot of the other guys do as well. I'm like, who am I eliminating?
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy Searle, Harry Koulas,
yeah, exactly.
You know, like Sean Simpson. And like, like, come on.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be an interesting day here at Landrake.
Stewie Edmonds qualifying second. I'm not going to rule him out either.
Not at all, because a lot of the Irish riders are used to these type of conditions. It rains a lot in Ireland. That's why it's so green. They've got a lot of tracks over there.
They have their own little microclimate. Look at that. Billy Wynn has chased down the 33 of Dan Brough. They are in different categories.
Dan's got a punch. Oh, he's sliding all over the place. No, he hasn't. He's just hit the wall. Maybe, I'll tell you what it could be. He's riding with a broken leg, first and foremost. Let's not... When I say broken leg, he's got a crack. He's got a fracture in his leg.
Yeah.
It's obviously not got a bone clear in half.
No.
Just want to stress that. Has he got a puncher because he's really struggling now on the rear end?
Unless he just doesn't want to dab the leg, doesn't want to make any.
Exactly that.
He's probably like, hang on a minute. I don't need to beat you. We're in different races.
Yeah, 100%, mate. He might have just dabbed his leg.
Something like that.
Anything like that. He's just playing it safe. I mean, to even be out there with a crack in your leg is not ideal, but shows how much he wants to ride. I mean, it's his body, it's his decision.
Can you remember Ryan Hughes doing that one?
Yeah.
I think he won a championship, didn't he, with a broken leg, maybe?
Eric Gaboa's raced a whole GP, 2 45-minute motos on a hard pack track in Spain.
Disgusted.
No, broke his leg the day before.
Wow. So he didn't even have a chance to get sticky.
Still raced.
Fair play.
You've got to be tough in this game if you want to get somewhere. Sometimes you've got to
bite the bullet,
grit your teeth, man up, and damage limitation. So if this is damage limitation for Dan Brough,
it's not bad.
It's not bad because he's leading his class.
And they've both lapped Harry Bradley as well, so that's how south it's gone for the number 4.
Yeah. Yeah, Harry riding without his peak there as well. So we're sticking with the race leader, Billy Wynn, and quite rightly so. He's having a blinding ride. There is a good battle going on between Luca Pegg down in 5th with Lewis King London. There's only a second between those guys. Rider 807 and 74. So give you a rundown again of the top 10 running order as per the race, not per class. It's Billy Wynn leading the way ahead of Dan Brough. Joshua McCorkle is in 3rd ahead of Ross Millard. Then it's Luca Pegg in 5th ahead of Lewis King London, the rider from the Isle of Wight. Then it's Ryan Tanner in 7th. 8th is Aaron Gardner. 9th, Alex Buchanan. And Jack Seaborn out there in 10th. Rider 227. That's your top 10 across the board. There's Harry Bradley. He's lapped down. He's, do you know what? He's leading.
Yesterday.
He is leading, joint leading, the Planet Moto first lap leader was. Yeah, was. Coming into this weekend he was.
But he did get 2 race wins yesterday. This one hopefully you can just scratch and put behind him, eh?
Yeah.
So if we could probably get eyes on 807, Luca Pegg, and Lewis King London on the 74.
Yeah, they're having a good battle.
There's a little tangle.
Yeah, there's not much between them at all. So just trying to find some other battles here on the screen. Also a bit further down between Jack Seaborn and Josh Greedy, riders 227 and number 33. They're having a bit of a ding-dong at it as well. So let's see if we can find Luca Pegg out there, 807.
He's just about to come through the finish line now. So he's just about to go
looking
through
over
the
his
finish.
shoulder
yeah,
a lot,
he
isn't he? Well, he's managed to get past Lewis King London. There he is.
Luca Pegg on the Yamaha. So he's made himself, he's got around Lewis King London now, so he's up into 5th spot. But Lewis King London is there. He's still on his heels, so maybe just settling down. We've got a lap to fight back. I don't know. Lewis King London definitely not going anywhere though. But Luca Pegg's made up some positions actually in this race, I think.
Yeah, I don't know how many, but you know, it could be within a shout for the dirty.co.uk hard charger.
You never know. And if you don't know what that is, have a look at dirty.co.uk. It's an app that's available and you can win points that will reduce the cost of you going practicing.
Racing too, on your race entries too.
You can book in for races, you can book in for practice days, and you can use your points that you've won on the weekend to deduct away from the cost of practicing or racing. Fantastic idea.
Brilliant idea. Basically like a lot of the major supermarkets do now with points awards, all those things whatever, like that. That's what it is. But basically,
it's like a Marks and Sparks card for MX Nationals.
Listen to you.
Oh, Sparks.
Oh, I shop at Marks.
Got your Sparks points, have you?
But yeah, that's the principle of it. So well done to Ryan Wilson for coming on board with the MX Nationals and actually sponsoring all the Marshall bibs. We've got some Marshalls out there along with the Jude Morris Racing Foundation, doing an incredible job, Mark and Lucy, with that, raising funds, not only putting kids out on track and supporting them in memory of their son Jude, but also money to the air ambulance, to all these things. Look at this battle. I'm glad we went to it because they are going at it. Yeah, Luca Pegg got in front of Lewis there, but Lewis King London now back at him. And they're getting...
Luca Pegg fighting the grip round that corner there. He grabbed a handful of throttle.
Look, squeeze, nudge.
Both in the same line.
Brilliant race. I'm glad we went back to this because it's to the flag as well.
Luca Pegg's got the inside line here. Can King London carry the speed? He's gone up the inside.
I thought Lewis was a bit nice there. He had him pinched. He could have pinched him off.
King London's on the inside here, though. Can he make anything happen?
Getting the power down there, though.
Oh!
He's gonna
no! Luca Pegg just pips him at the post.
There you go. Traction is hard to find out there at the minute. Right, I'm going to go down there and chat to Billy Wynn and Dan Brough, hopefully, if they're both there.
Well, that was an exciting end to the amateur MX1, MX2 Moto Verde race there. Wow, what a showdown. Luca Pegg, Lewis King London just going at it on that last lap. So Luca Pegg just managing to get that one. So that was the Moto Verde Amateur MX1, MX2 class. If you're watching this live, thank you very much for sticking with us. Just drop the comments in, have a chat with anybody on there. You know, let's make this a social event at the Michelin MX Nationals, fueled by Milwaukee. We're going to chuck this to an advert now, and we will see Jeff in the winner's circle with one of our winners. So we'll see you in a moment.
Julep, julep, julep.
So Verde MX2 winner Dan Brough. Dan, heroic, because we've been saying you've got a broken leg. I mean, that's not an exaggeration. Talk us through that.
Yeah, Hawkstone 3 weeks back, just landed off a jump and my leg got caught under the back wheel, and it's not split, it's just cracked 3/4 of the way through my fib. It's not great, but it's manageable. It's manageable.
So me and Callum there thought that, you know, you kind of midway through the race, you kind of dropped off a little bit before you might have dabbed your leg, but you just told me it wasn't that.
Just arms, just this bike, so you're just fighting it all the time. It's a great bike, but it's hard on a two-stroke today with how slick it is, so just fighting it. I pumped up a bit, and to be honest, being in the lead, it's a bit, I know made hard work of it, but it's tense, isn't it? And it just pumped up, so.
We also said, didn't we, that, you know, just a minute ago we said about getting you up here. You got to win the race to get up here, but also with the leg, you've been off the bike for a bit as well. So I guess that's helped with the arm pump.
Yeah, I've not touched the bike for three weeks now, isn't it? So 4 weeks. So yeah, I came here for damage limitation, but it's turned out to be a good weekend so far. So yeah, I can't win.
Do you want to give your sponsors a shout out? Basically, you sponsor yourself, so give yourself a plug.
Online shop with Ruts.co.uk. We've got Matt Norris Engineering, does my engines. Pinewood Energy Services fund most of it. There's a million people. Moto Free, 33 suspension. Moto Verde helping us this year. Yeah, we've got a good package this year. And again, well done to Richie for winning his as well. It's a good weekend for us.
Okay, we're going to put your leg up. We're going back now to racing with the RFX Expert class. Nice one, Dan.
This is the Moto Verde Amateur MX1 and MX2 class. 250s and 450s split into their own categories. We've seen we saw dominance from Harry Bradley yesterday. Bit of a shocker in his first race today. Didn't quite go to plan. So he's going to want to make a rebound. He's definitely going to need a start in these conditions, because you do not want to be getting filled in by anybody, do you?
No, you do not. It makes a big difference. Starts, you know, they don't win the race. We know that.
When
but
it's
my
like this,
God, they make your race so much more enjoyable if you get a good start, particularly in these conditions. So, but of course, you still got to concentrate. These guys have got 16 minutes plus a lap. Doesn't sound long in these conditions. Like, you are focusing so hard.
Yeah, that's going to be. There's going to be 18 minutes of absolute pain and focus. It needs, that's literally it. So
good to see the old Cornish flags flying there. Phil and his team, proud Cornishman.
Bit of old school, that. Yeah. There we are, the Fly Racing 5-second borders up. The gate will drop any minute. Good job.
Oh, they really are starting to spin up on that.
Bradley did get that start that he wanted, but it looks like Dan Brough.
Bradley's still up the inside. Look at the foot in it round there.
MX2 leader and MX1 leader out front early. Dan Brough on a two-stroke, 250, but that does qualify him for the MX2 category. Few problems there. So Dan Brough, another cracking start. Got the 99 there as well. So there they are coming through the rollers, really slippy now, and then they're going to head down that hill, which a lot of the clubman riders struggled with. But these guys seem to be getting through there okay. It's very rutty though.
Of course, we said
super careful down there.
Just that, the level of riders just gone up from the last class. These are slightly better riders. That's the grading system that we have at the Michelin. Why did I say that?
Spoke too soon there.
It just goes to show how difficult the track is. Obviously, the pros will rattle on down there like there's not even a rut in sight.
These are good riders.
Yeah.
Dan Brough, probably getting close to 10 years ago, was a pro.
Yeah.
And he retired for a long time, didn't ride for years, and he's back. And this is the perfect class for him at the minute.
Absolutely.
Next year we'll probably see him in the experts. He'll get his way back up there. But this is perfect for him just to get his feet wet again. You can see he's not dominating. He's not destroying them.
He got the first lap leader award.
He did. So
point on the board.
On the Planet Moto first lap leader and with a broken leg as well. So riding with a crack in his leg, not ideal. Especially when it's like this, because you'd be very inclined to put your leg down, try and stabilise yourself. So cool.
I love the way we play that down. No, it's not ideal.
Oh, it's only a broken leg. It's not ideal, Small little crack in your leg, Most people wouldn't even be walking. They'd be in a Beckham boot on crutches. We're animals, mate. This is motocross. So Billy Wynn there, 99. Sorry, Billy. I had a bit of a mental block and forgot your name.
It happens.
But yeah, Billy Wynn, then Harry Bradley in third at the moment. So all these top three all spaced out pretty safely at the minute. But they'll do that with a little bit of calculation when it's like this as well, because you just don't want to be sat there getting blasted and filled in, do you?
Not at all.
So there is some sort of thought process behind it. And also, you don't want to be following too much as well.
Look how deep those ruts are getting now on the inside. But Dan handling that really well. He crossed the line with a 3-second lead, that's pretty good going on an opening lap. But then the conditions like they are. Now, Billy Wynn was solid in that first moto this morning, taking the race win.
Harry Foster's up there as well. Luca Pegg looks like he's back down in the pack again, so not an ideal start for Luca Pegg in MX2. These guys doubling in, Billy Wynn got that nice and clean. Oh, it just takes a little tap, doesn't it, to get you a bit out of shape. Bounce the rear wheel.
Slightly skew whip in there. And that back end's going to break away, particularly as the suspension comes in and compresses, Callum.
Yeah.
Then as it comes back up, it all goes light.
Everything
the wheel
goes light. If you're on the gas when the wheel's gone light, you could spin out.
Yeah. Getting there, getting through those whoops, or rollers, whatever you want to call them. Let's call them rollers, or clean every lap is a absolute mission. So, people are walking past our commentary booth enjoying themselves. Somebody there with a can of Jack and Coke. I think that would probably signify he's having a good day.
He'll be staying tonight then, no drink driving. So, focusing on Harry Bradley there at the minute. Oh,
Billy Wynn.
Gone down. Billy Wynn's gone down, so that's going to put Harry into the lead in MX1.
Yeah, and there you see the issue. Look at all the mud on the top of his glove. That would have got all over the
grip. And this is why the riders carry the little flannels, because he could have cleaned his grips down then. And then and he could have, been in a bit of a better position to get back going and been able to ride with full control of the bike. So that's it. Harry Bradley's moved up a spot, so he's leading MX1. Bit old school with the gold hubs and black rims. I know Harry works for SM Pro. He's the guy. If you phone SM Pro to order a set of wheels, I think it might be the corporate side of things. But Harry's there, and Harry's the man on the phone that will place your order, ordering things from Japan and all sorts of stuff. So you've got quite a busy job there at SM Pro. Industry man, this is what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah. As I said, we've got so many riders from, if you basically count the two clubman classes, the amateur and the experts, all of those guys, realistically, they're 9 to 5 jobs.
Yeah.
Some of them have got families, young kids, all that. And then trying to fit in the riding, the cost of it.
It's hard.
Obviously, the way we are in the world, without getting too down on it, and this is dedication. This is how much these guys are into it.
Yeah.
But then the way I've always looked at it, Callum, is, you need a reason for being. And once you get in this sport, I'm telling you right now, if you're new to it, I know right now it looks like it's carnage and very difficult because it's a mudder. But trust me, once you start riding a bike, you have to ride a motocross bike to experience the feeling you get from it.
Yeah.
It's like a zen-like moment. You kind of forget your worries because your brain has to process so much stuff.
Yeah.
There's almost no room
when you
to think of anything else.
When you're actually riding, that 10, 20 minutes that you're actually riding the bike, there is no other thought than the actual present moment.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's bizarre. Really is bizarre. And there's not a lot of sports where you get that.
Well, you don't. Like, if you're playing football, it's a team game. You've got to concentrate and all that. I get that on your position and whatever. But the ball goes out of play.
Yeah.
You have a little. You can mentally switch off for a minute.
Yeah.
Do that. You can't do that in motocross at all.
And also, just look at the side of Harry's helmet. You will see a Works logo on that helmet there. One of our protection consultants, Jan, he helps Harry out, and I think he's also got a Moto Verde helmet as well. He switches between the both of them. I think he ruined that in the first race today.
Yeah, with his
He's riding around like a bullet, man. Bullet head, that's what we call it when the
bullet
pit's
head
gone.
Indeed. Let's I'm going to try and see on the old time in here if we've got any real close battles going on.
I think Alec Buchanan and Harry Foster might be pretty close.
No, Harry's gapped away from him. We've got a very good battle going on for 8th, 9th and 10th between Ross Millard, number 56, Luca Pegg, number 807, and Jack Seaborn. I don't know if Darren, our producer, can try and get the cameramen to pick up number 56 and 807 somewhere on track, because they are not too far apart at all. A couple of tenths in it at best. So
there's Luca Pegg.
There's Luca. So just maybe he's had a better lap this time. But the rider, he's got his goggles off them. That was our winner from round 1 at Fat Cat. He won all 4 races in the MX2.
He destroyed it. I don't know whether he's going to be leaving here with the championship lead. It's going to be close between him and Brough. Did Dan Brough ride Fat Cats?
No, he was
broken legged.
Yeah, I think so. No, he did ride it.
Or did he ride it?
Yeah, I can't remember. It seems so long ago. Should know the results on that. But anyway, Luca Pegg, who was absolutely dominant at round 1 in the Moto Verde Amateur MX2 class, not so good this time out. Will he keep hold of that championship lead? We'll find out at the end of the day. But he's got his goggles off, and you can see Jack Seaborn behind him. So I think Ross Millard has got away a little bit in front of him there. Not much in it. These guys battling from Billy Wynn in 6th down to Josh Greedy in 10th. All very, very close on the circuit.
And you can see how ditched they are now. The mud is getting heavier, isn't it, almost? It's got through that topsoil, and it's ripped it up so much that all that's sticking to the bikes, sticking to the helmet, sticking to the kit. And man, this is miserable. I'm glad I'm sat in here in the warm, to be fair.
Well, I think it's finally stopped raining.
Yeah, I think it has. But
that's exactly why the track is getting tacky.
That's exactly what Martin was saying he didn't want.
Yeah.
But he cursed himself. He's in the booth. Whatever you say down the mic, the opposite's going to happen.
Oh, dear. I like it when we get the camera on the front of these jumps, these rollers here, because, well, that's what, you know what I mean? There you go. That's why this camera angle gives you how difficult it is at the conditions to get through there without any kind of incident. So I think, was that potentially Ross Millard?
Yeah, that might have been another spot then for Luca.
Oh, no, it could have been Keelan Southwood, actually. I think it was Keelan, number 44, that went down there. Yeah, no, so Keelan's, no, it wasn't Keelan then, so he's back there.
Keelan was in camera view then.
So, but anyway, that was a Harry Foster. That was not a bad lap for Luca Pegg. He's picked up a couple of positions there, I reckon.
Just from riding sensibly and mistake-free.
Yeah, keeping his goggles on. They're not cheap anymore, so he's not chucking them away. So, Luca, well, we'll have to see after the final race today what the championship points are, but hasn't kind of gone his way as it did at round 1. But a good battle behind them, as you can see. So let's just drop back a little bit. If we can drop back one place or two, Darren, our producer, we have got 4 riders behind Luca Pegg that are all, just stay on this cap. Yeah, you'll see them come into view now. Here we go. So the next 4 are all racing hard. In fact, well, 5 even. So again, some great racing in this amateur class. So Luca Pegg had a very good lap there, very good, because he was back and he's moved up quite a few positions. He's gone up to 3rd now. Running order is Dan Brough in the race, leading the race on the MX2 bike. Harry Bradley is leading the MX1 category. Luca Pegg is in 3rd in the race, now finds himself 2nd in the MX2 category. Then in race order, we've got Keelan Southwood in 4th, Harry Foster for 5th. Billy Wynn is now in 6th, ahead of Ross Millard. Oh, Luca Pegg making a panic rev in front of us. Just about clearing this tabletop. Where was we up to? Ross Millard for 7th. 8th is Josh Greedy. Joshua McCorkle is currently in 9th. And Lewis Taylor rounding out the top 10. Then it's Logan Wilcox, the rider from Derby, I think. Lewis Hall's been helping him out this weekend on the old pit board.
Yeah, I saw that.
12th is Callum Watson, then Aaron Gardner for 13th. Lewis King London, who had a great scrap in the opening moto, in 14th. Archie Hicks currently in 15th. Then it's Sam Ongley in 16th, ahead of David Rushton and Ryan Tanner. Ryan Osborne in 19th, and 20th is Callum Gordon. That is the running order in the race. Let's give you the MX2 Moto Verde amateur class current running order.
Well, Dan Brough's leading the way.
He is leading the way. Do you want to know how far he's ahead of Luca Pegg?
Go on then.
Of course you do. 48 seconds.
Jesus. So someone's down there in the woods.
Quite see who that was, but Dan Brough with a massive lead, 48 seconds ahead of Luca Pegg. Then it's Keelan Southwood, Harry Foster, Logan Wilcox for 5th, Callum Watson in 6th. Then it's Lewis King London.
Joshua McCorkle on screen right now on the 161.
Then Archie Hicks for 8th, 9th Sam Ongley, Ryan Tanner in 10th. That is the amateur MX2 class. In the MX1 class, it's Harry Bradley leading the way. Billy Wynn, number 99, is 2nd, ahead of number 56, Ross Millard. Josh Greedy is in 4th, number 33, ahead of Joshua McCorkle. Then it's Lewis Taylor, number 41, for 6th. 7th is Aaron Gardner. I think we saw Aaron have a little slip off earlier on. David Rushton is currently in 8th, number 66, ahead of Ryan Osborne. Yeah. Then it's Callum Gordon for 10th.
McCorkle and Millard are having a right little battle then. Back on screen, though, is Billy Wynn, 99. He's had some problems throughout the race.
He has. Just you can see our cameraman frantically trying to find another rider, probably obviously under the direction of our producer and director. It's getting harder for our crew to find these riders on track, such as their obviously filled in number plates, and that's why the importance, people, riders, of having your name and number on your back.
Daniel McCorkle and Richard Millard, bar to bar, look, going up the straight. McCorkle on the inside, just pushing Millard out wide. But you've got to maintain that composure, haven't you? Because Millard's going to be like, I need to get through, I need to get through. Mate, just chill, back it down. Let's think of the track, let's read the track, let's not do anything silly. And it looks like he's gone down. So McCorkle coming out on top in that little one. Looks like we've lost Millard. He was trying to push it though, he really was trying to force the issue. So McCorkle, I think, up to 6th now in the race overall.
Yeah, McCorkle is currently in 4th. Playing the percentage game through the whoops there. I'll roll them.
Yeah, pretty calculated decision.
I don't blame you, Josh, not one bit. You can see actually now the track is starting to dry a little bit and the rain has just relinquished a tad. we're starting to get a little bit more of a favourable
Yeah, you will.
right,
I think
race
after
line.
the experts go out, we're going to start getting a bit of a race line, but it might get a bit one-liney, and then it gets difficult to pass, doesn't it? You know, because you've got that one like optimum line. You got to be a bit brave to sort of move out of it, but you know, that's how it's going to develop. But this track is one where, I mean, there's plenty of passing opportunities. You got 3 to 5 ruts in all of the turns. It's not like you've just got one line to drop into.
We've seen that today. Even though these conditions are really tough, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen at home, wherever you are in the world, because you've still seen some really good racing. You know, regardless of the conditions, there's been a lot of incident, a lot of overtaking. We've seen some like that race earlier on between Kessel and Coleman. I mean, I couldn't take my eyes off that. That was, you know, just the tactical side of it.
Yeah,
I mean, they might not have been going back and forth, but they were just
sitting there reading each other, studying. You know, like it's almost like there's more to it than absolutely just going guns blazing.
There is. You got to keep calm in this game. You know, the red mist can descend sometimes, and of course, sometimes when you crash on the first corner, you have this most amazing ride, but the red mist comes down. And all thought process goes out the window, and you can charge through a pack, but you can't ever replicate that. And people go, well, why don't you ride that all the time? And you just can't explain it.
No, you need that. Like sometimes you need that added little bit of seasoning.
Yeah, because when you try to get aggressive without
having the adrenaline behind
almost,
it.
exactly. And then you ride terrible.
Yeah, because I think when you get that charge of adrenaline and anger and genuine frustration, you actually get more focus as well. So with that shot of adrenaline, it's natural. It's actually a thing. You get more focus with it instead of just artificially trying to just ride aggressively. Bit different.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so far, I mean, it's been tough for these guys today, obviously, but regards of an event, we've had a lot of people stay around. It's been like a light drizzle rain. It hasn't been downpouring. So thank you to everybody that's come out to watch. And is here at the event, sticking with us right to the end. Of course, the last race of each round will be the Lifeline's fastest 40, incorporating the Leah MX1 and a Pico MX2.
Dan Brough, who's leading the race and leading MX2, just took the last lap board, so maybe want to get focus on the number 33 for the last lap, because he's absolutely put on a show, hasn't he, today? Absolutely perfect performance from Dan Brough. What's the team name?
Ruts Racing.
There we are.
Oh, I know it's Ruts. I'm just not sure of the spelling.
I was just wondering you would. So there's the Ruts Racing rider, Dan Brough, out front, doing his thing.
Yeah.
With a broken leg. Amazing, really. I actually am mind blown. Did you ask him about it last time?
Yeah, he didn't seem to be fazed by it. He was more worried about his arm pump.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's actually why he slowed up in that first one.
it?
Yeah, he kind of hit the wall with that when we thought he might have dabbed his leg and, you know, and hurt it some more, but no.
Probably a bit better now, though, because the pace is going to be a little bit slower, isn't it? Like you can sort of...
Oh, Dan. God, good save,
Matey.
Dan Brough. Front wheel was going the complete opposite direction of where it's meant to be going. In
nice
fact,
and steady, mate. Nice and steady.
Oh, man. Yeah. He had his rear wheel go where his front wheel should have been. So we're going to bring Dan home here. He's
Just
got a
lapping Armours Pabbers at the moment.
Got a colossal lead, 32 seconds ahead of Harry Bradley. And Harry's not even in the same class. I don't mean that as in their ability. I meant Dan's on a 250.
He's a minute over the second place MX2 guy. Over a minute in lead. What a ride.
Yeah, what a ride indeed. Again, look, out there, trying to find those darker bits of soil now.
Bits of grit. But that's what we've seen. Everybody who's actually ridden intelligently, looking for those little dark patches, looking for grip, they're the guys that have won. And it's literally through just tack hunting.
Yeah.
You got to look for it. You got to look for it. Ride with a bit of mind, bit of thought over it. I mean, it's easy, a lot easier said than done, but you can see why, and it's good to see on the screen the difference with what they're doing.
That's one thing, obviously, for us. The live streams brought to the whole thing as you know, you can come out to the event and watch, but now with this live stream service free to view, we can study the riders even better. So it's going to be another race win for Dan. Brough takes the win, slows it down. Go and have a chat with him, Callum. Callum's making his way out. While he does that, we're going to go to an ad break. Hopefully by the time we finish the ad, Dan will be down there with Callum. Up next will be the RFX expert class. Let's go to an ad.
Right, here we are with Harry Bradley. What we got? Scaffold by Design, O'Neill, Off-Road World, Kawasaki rider. That's a nice little logo you got on your helmet there. How was that, mate? That was tough for you, wasn't it?
That was, yeah, just battle of survival, really. It was so slippy. There wasn't a dry line, a smooth line, a good line. It was just like hold on and...
So, in the race before, we saw people like searching for, but there was actually some grippy lines. I know people are still trying to do it now, but are those just gone away now? Is the track proper gone?
Yeah, everything was blown out wider, 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 and now that's just gone. So even the wide searching lines are just slippy. But yeah, I had a big crash in the first race. I had a really bad start. Didn't think I was as far forward as I was, so I was still like trying to attack, and bit me pretty big over the tabletop, so I don't know how I've ended up overall, but...
Well, I don't know, we'll let you know. But, well, Harry needs to get off to the hospital now to get his arm sewn up. So good luck, mate. Is there anyone you want to thank before you get off?
Yeah, I need to say a big thank you to Michael at K-Tech. He's always looked after my suspension, and he had a big crash himself last week. He's been in hospital, so I want to thank him for my suspension. Ben, all the boys at work, my dad, Off-Road World, definitely my girlfriend because she's a mint, so yeah.
Well done. Well done, mate. Get yourself to hospital, and hopefully we'll see you next round. Right, so I'm here with Dan Brough and his daughter. Mate, you managed to pull it off again. Absolutely brilliant riding today. I couldn't believe it. With the broken leg as well. You've killed it, mate. How was it out there? Because you was probably just trying to manage it, were you?
I made life easy for myself by whole shotting and going. The only problems I had was when I got to back markers and everyone's using the same line, and it's like wacky races then.
What's it like through the rollers? Because people were just going left, right and centre.
Double in easy enough, but then I had a good lead, so I was just rolling.
I've seen like people will get the double, and then when they go for the next one, if you land on the top, you could just slide left or right.
There's no lift off the second one, so it's like for the pros, or the experts yesterday, it was easier to go triple, but today it's just like...
Well, there we are. Do you want to thank anyone, mate?
Yes, ruts.co.uk, my whole family, I forgot to thank last time. We've got Pinewood Energy Services, Matt Norris Engineering, Motor Free Suspension, Renegade Race Fuels, the list goes on. Just thank you to everybody.
Well done, mate. You really did ride your socks off today, and it was amazing. So this is Dan Brough, and you're the winner, mate. Well done.